Hello, welcome to the 1984 podcast.
Episode 2.
This is episode 2. Today we were going to be talking about human resistance in 1984. Some of our little topics will be stuff like the Brotherhood Rebellion, Julia and Winston's love, and Ukraine and Russia. Speaking of the Brotherhood Rebellion, what do you guys think about that? The Brotherhood Rebellion.
I mean,
let me give some background information first, because I know you guys are entering the answer. The Brotherhood Rebellion is basically just, I'd say, it's a resistance against the 1984 party, right?
Yeah.
That is led by a guy named it's a resistance against Big Brother. It's led by Goldstein, and they actually it's showcased on the telescreens, like in episode 1 during 2 minutes 8 to get them angry. Yeah. So that's what the Brotherhood Rebellion is. No one really knows if it's true in the book, but they say Brotherhood Rebellion, that's what it is. It's the people who are against Big Brother, like spies and stuff like that.
I mean, I think that they could probably operate better.
Yeah, they need to have an actual organization.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they have a book about it that they do. They have a book.
They have
all
one
about
book.
It's a long book. I skipped the book.
Wow.
That's
fantastic.
We read a summary, actually.
Quick question for you guys about the Brotherhood Rebellion. If you guys were in a dystopian society, right, like the 1984 one, would you also join a rebellion, or would you try to play it safe?
Well, I would definitely join a rebellion, but I would do it in the stupidest way possible. Basically, what I would do is I'd cover myself in pots and pans, take a big swig of company-sponsored gin, and then go in with all of the weaponry I could find.
All the weaponry.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
The Ministry of Truth will not stand.
I would let the rebellion grow more.
Actually,
get better before I join.
Yeah, because you want to be on the winning side.
Yeah.
You don't want to die. Yeah, I would walk in and
see how things are going.
Yeah, I'd be like, is everything alright over here? And if there's a ragtag group of 5 people, I'd be like, that's not for me. I'd go with my chocolate. But if it was not like that, I'd probably just, if it was a really well done organization, they already got the book, but if it was a really good organization, I'd be like, yeah, I'll join.
I think even if I was the only person in the entire rebellion, I'd still be a part of the rebellion.
Well, that's just probably the kind of person you are.
Yeah.
Let's see if we have any more questions on the subject. Let's see. Jacob, you have a question, don't you? Do you?
I don't.
You don't have a question.
No,
You guys don't have
not
questions.
about better.
Absolute empty brain.
It's time for our next topic, which is Julia and Winston's love, the two main characters. Winston, the boy main character, and Julia, the side chick, basically.
The side chick.
Yeah. So basically Winston is the main character. He gets a little note from Julia that says, I love you on it. And just out of the blue, and he's already got an assigned marriage, so he can't just go off with this girl, or can he? Which he does. He ends up
meeting her in secret.
And they meet in secret for a while, but it ends up being their demise because they get caught, they get brought to a torture chamber, and they are tortured until they betray each other, which is around, it's towards the end of the book, which is kind of the climax, I'd say, around that.
It's a real turning point.
It's about that far. Yeah, so.
I mean,
with all said and done, and after saying that, do you guys think that do you think that Julia and Winston's love was actually real, or do you think that it was fake if they were willing to betray each other?
I would say it's fake, just because they're not allowed marriage and stuff.
Yeah.
And not to be able to meet up in certain things.
Yeah.
I'd say there wasn't a lot of chemistry between them. Then again, I'm not too sure if that was just the book trying to play it off as no chemistry, or George Orwell just doesn't know how to write love scenes.
Yeah, maybe he's never felt the touch of a woman. But
he's never touched grass. How could he feel the touch of a woman?
Yeah, well, then yeah, I feel like maybe I think it was either like I think that they at least thought that it was real love, but it was probably like one of them like first dates, like ooh, a girl likes me. And then like when it comes down to it, if I really want me to die or her to die, it's like oh, her any day. So like I want to say future they would get married, but I'd say that they date for about a year and a half.
It's like,
Realize
oh wow, I really like you. Too bad, goodbye.
Betrayed.
Betrayed instantly. Get waterboarded once, and it's just somebody handing you a glass of water.
Yeah, I can see that. Any other questions on? You got a question about that?
Why do you think they just couldn't resist each other and had to have each other?
I feel like honestly that the reason that they chose to be together and like break the rules was because they were so like void of any human like genuine reaction that's not just like robotic.
Mm-hmm.
So like anything, I feel like they just desired some kind of actual real interaction with another person.
They didn't do too much with it though.
Yeah. Yeah. Anything else you want to say on the topic, Kevin?
Well, no.
Okay.
No. Which leads us?
It's about as black and white as just. I don't know. Like, to me, I feel like their relationship was one of those like dramas that you see on television, like it's a soap opera,
Yeah.
where it's just like, oh wow, everything's going great. All of a sudden, like 5 different twists happen at the same time.
Bruce Wilson's like 20 years older than her,
Yeah.
so it's pretty
Kind of screwed
It's
up.
pretty. It's pretty odd.
Yeah, he was like 14 when she was still in the womb, but
It is
it don't matter.
It's like I'm 34, you're 20. This definitely works.
Yeah.
It's just a number.
Yeah, it's just a number. And
I feel like a lot of things in that universe are set up with numbers.
You don't know.
and then we'd also like to talk about the proles, which is short for proletariats, I think, which is like a lower caste,
Yeah, it's
like
the lowest
lower
class.
Yeah.
and a caste system. Like they are the basically just degenerates, the worst of the worst in the society.
The middle class.
No, they're like
Bottom of the ladder.
Bottom, yeah.
No.
I'd say Winston is in the middle class.
Yes, just average.
And then the bottom is
The pros.
the proles. And do you know much of a difference? I noticed like lots
Nobody
of them-
laughed at my joke. I'm so sad.
I wasn't really
I
listening.
didn't hear
It
it.
was
Yeah.
just the middle class. The lowest of the low. It's just the middle class. It's like the lower class doesn't exist.
Oh.
I can't believe you don't follow political.
Anyways,
Media.
Yeah, so the proletariats are the proles are a lower class kind of thing. The main difference I see between them and like the middle class is that they like are cared for less. They seem like I don't know if they have as many like touchscreens in their house or anything like that. And
They're just not washed over as much.
yeah, they also like
Nobody cares about it.
drink shit a lot.
Wouldn't that mean that the rebellion can definitely work better in, like with the proletarians since they're
And that's why the pros have the hope.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the only hope that the
For a
book
rebellion.
says for a rebellion is in the
because I
proles.
mean they are the angriest as well.
Yeah, the angriest, and
They got the most
also,
numbers too.
Yeah, society also shows like our history shows that when like the number of people like are mad at the government, they usually overthrow it and stuff. So that's what something that could happen.
Makes you wonder why they didn't do it sooner. Than
Yeah. Well, they also have like no way to overthrow the government really.
when they got their fists.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's about it though.
Yeah.
Just like how Ukraine and Russia.
I don't think Ukraine is just fighting Russia with their fists.
Well, no. I'd say like just like how the proles could take over Big Brother. That's kind of like showed in modern day right now
With Ukraine and
with
Russia.
Ukraine and Russia because like I'd say the only difference is like
Ukraine actually has the equipment
yeah
to be able.
because proles have nothing. They literally like they're so restricted. They have nothing to.
Yeah, maybe half a loaf of bread.
Yeah, and then the Ukrainians actually have like support and stuff like that. They have government stuff, They have all that stuff.
Yeah.
And I was actually,
That was our special guest, by the way.
I was doing a little bit of reading in my off time.
Wow.
I
Some
did.
research? Like, you
Yeah, I
You,
did.
you actually did research. I am impressed. Like, did you read the book?
No, yeah, I
No.
didn't look up this
Wait a
article
minute.
like 5 minutes ago. I actually was reading this on my own time, I promise. And it says, actually, it's about the Ukraine and Russia thing because I'm so intrigued in that kind of stuff.
I mean,
And
it is recent history.
it says that the Ukrainian military has been able to adapt older Soviet era military equipment with these new tactics and outfight the Russians. And that's how the Ukrainians beat the Russia, but since the
Well, I mean,
Poles,
for so long, the war is still ongoing.
well, yeah, not beat, but they're doing good.
Yeah, they're surviving.
The pros
They're
wouldn't even have a
definitely surviving.
chance. They don't have any equipment. They don't have any tactics. They got nothing like that.
All they have is
Nothing.
numbers.
Yeah,
You think that they could do something?
could be enough, though.
You think that they could do something, not even with equipment, but proper training?
yeah.
Like if somebody just taught them how to fight, I feel like that would spell the end of the party.
Which I honestly think that the main way that if the Big Brother were to ever get taken over, I'd say it'd probably be from the Brotherhood going and reaching out to the Pearls because they have nothing to lose. Yeah, and recruiting them because the Big Brother or the Brotherhood actually they might have equipment, they might have the stuff that they need.
Just making an army.
Yeah, make a little army, go against Big Brother.
I feel like you could.
Yeah.
I feel like you could bind the trolls with like middle class. However, like, all right, so you have like the spy and information in the middle class. Like you infiltrate the Ministry of Truth and you get all of the information. Then you show that information to the trolls. That gets them riled up, and then that's how the rebellion starts.
Yeah, rebellion.
Like just show them the unedited articles.
Yes. You got anything to say about the pros? Yourself, Jacob? That's wrong.
Yeah, that's not the right one.
There we go.
No, not particularly. I don't.
No particular area?
No,
What about
we kind of already answered my question.
Excuse me.
just gonna open this door?
I think the bees are.
Oh, that's it. That's creaking on the door.
Yeah, it's we're being visited by extraterrestrials.
We're
or
gonna cut this
ghosts.
part of the video.
Yes,
Yes.
definitely.
It's already over.
Yeah, wow.
Oh wait, now we gotta
And-
film. We gotta film an outro, or some way. We can't just cut it off like that. We gotta say.
Well, we could make it.
Well, no, but we gotta say that's all, folks.
Yeah.
We can't just have like.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah. So
This entire thing is the outro, by the way. It turns out all of this is being included.
this is not gonna be kept in. This is not.
It's
I
not.
promise you. We could keep it in.
We
You guys
could.
want to keep it in?
It's maybe.
We keep this part in. As
If
well.
we can make it work.
We might be keeping this in.
The fate of this video lies in our hands. So if you see this part, then we determine that you deserve to see the truth. Unlike the party in 1984, it wraps around.
Cut it.
Cut.